Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today at Oshodi Health and Fitness, health, wellness, and fitness tips and resources. Today, we will be discussing pull-ups. Pull-ups is an upper body exercise, and we do utilize a bit of core in order to perform a proper. For people not too familiar with the gym or exercise or workouts, a lot of people in error think that pull-ups is a lot of arm work. There is a degree of arms being utilized to perform the pull-ups, but the pull-ups are a lot of back work, a tremendous amount of back work. So you want to make sure that you're strengthening your back muscles. You have to use some of the arms, yes. So there's forearm utilization, there's core utilization, as I mentioned in the intro, as well as some biceps to a relative degree. But again, it's an upper body work, so it's not necessarily arms, and actually it's more the back that played most of the important role in being able to have the strength to properly perform. The three major hand positions for the pull-ups include the double overhand grip, the double underhand grip, and the neutral grip, or some may know it as the parallel grip. Double overhand grip. Double underhanded grip. Neutral grip. Pull-ups is a strength-based exercise with varying degrees of difficulties. One of the more common difficulties that I'll go over is the grip position, all right? And as already demonstrated, there's three major grip positions, right? The first one is double overhanded. Now, this is the most challenging one, and let me go back before I go into why, all right? Let's go over the double-handed grip, all right? So with the double-handed grip, we are utilizing a lot of back muscles, but in addition to the back muscles, we get to use a lot of forearm and a good amount of bicep muscles. Again, it's kind of like we're curling ourselves up, but using a lot of back muscles when we talk about the double underhanded grip, all right? That's also known as chin-ups. A lot of people like to call it chin-ups. I call it pull-ups. It's just about the hand position. Now we're going to neutral grip pull-ups. Neutral grip pull-ups, we're taking out a bit of the biceps, but we're still using a great degree of forearms and a lot of back. So this is the second, or this is right in the middle between the first and the third most challenging. All right, so when we come right here, this is the second most challenging, all right? The third most challenging, as we come back to it, is the double overhand grip. Now we're using a lot less forearms, but we're still using the degree of forearms, but the biceps have been completely eliminated from it. All right, so now it's just a bit of forearms and a whole lot of back. All right, so we really need to make sure that we've got some strong forearms and some really, really strong back muscles in order to properly perform the pull-ups. Now again, when it comes to inside grip or wide grip, closed grip, wide grip, the wider you get, the more challenging it's going to be, but also the more dangerous it can be, especially on your shoulders. So I don't like to vary my range. I try to stay just outside of shoulder width apart, but I do tend to come in a little bit just to challenge different portions of the start position for any of the pull-ups is literally just a dead hang where your arms are outstretched, your feet are off the floor, and now you're ready to pull up. Start position. The end position for any pull-up is when you've got your chin over the bar or over your hand grip, all right? Any position at the top where your chin, at least your chin is above the bar or above your hands, is the end position. End position. And just in case you're unable to get your chin over your hands or over the bar, it's okay to still attempt the pull-ups and still be very successful at getting stronger in the pull-ups. So I like to call this the sub-end position, where I would say you get your arms to about 90 degrees, but again, they're not fully all the way up, okay? So let me at least 90 degrees is technically a sub pull-up position in my opinion. All right, coming up a little bit higher, full pull-up, sub pull-up position, end position. So even though getting to 90 degrees isn't a full pull-up yet, all the muscles, all the major muscle groups are used in order to get you to that position. And now it's just about continuing to strengthen those muscles, to continue to work and build on those muscles so that you can get a full pull-up. Again, just because you get to 90 degrees doesn't mean you're not doing it correctly. You're doing it correctly. It's just a matter of getting stronger at it or dropping some weight so that you can get. In addition to strength, one of the most important aspects of being able to properly perform a pull-up is the movement pattern. Again, when you look at it, it looks like it's just up and down, it's just bending the arms, extending the arms, but there's so much more to it. I mentioned earlier that erroneously people say it's an arm exercise, or it does include back, as we talked about. But what I want you to pay more attention to is the movement of the elbow. Now, this is specific for two of the three different variations that I discussed. All right, the first one is a double overhand grip, and the second one is a neutral grip. We've got to understand that we want to develop some torque to really help engage our back muscles a lot more to help pull us up. And I'm going to demonstrate here. Just look at the movement pattern of my elbows. I'm going to exaggerate a little more so you understand. As I come up, I'm squeezing my elbows forward. Again, as I come up, you see that rotation? I'm developing torque so that I can activate more of my back muscles. And I'm going to do that with the neutral grip as well. All right, my elbows start out here. See, squeezing in, down. They come out, squeezing in. So again, the movement pattern, as you're pulling up, push or torque, rotate the elbows away from you or towards the wall. As you pull up, as you come down, you can let them flare out just a little bit in a controlled manner. And as you come back up, make sure you're pushing those elbows in or forward. If you watched any of my previous videos, you already know how important breathing is as far as utilization of muscles to work or act against the resistance. So again, pull-ups are no different. The exertion of force is when you want to exhale, and the opposite of that movement is when you want to inhale. Inhale as you're relaxing it down, extending the arms. Exhale as you're exerting force. And I'm going to exaggerate it so you can truly hear those breathing. So I'm going to take, before I even go up, I'm going to take a deep inhale. Again, breathing is so important. It helps you activate your core a lot more, and also helps the entire body as far as processing all the muscles that's being utilized and to activate it even more. So you want to make sure you practice that breathing during any aspect, any exercise that you're performing in the gym, at home, or outside. Make sure you're practicing proper breathing technique. In through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. Inhale. Now, just because you're not strong enough to be able to perform the pull-up doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't try, and it doesn't mean there are modifications in order for you to be able to perform it. All right? One of the best ways to be able to perform the pull-up with some help is using resistance bands, and I'll demonstrate now. I use this resistance band for demonstration purposes. I don't really necessarily need it in order to perform a pull-up successfully. But again, this can help someone who doesn't have the strength, and this can also help someone who has even less strength. And you can see the difference in these resistance bands, all right? So this one makes it much easier. There's a lot more resistance here. So, work with something that you're comfortable with and continue to progress. And the stronger you get, the less resistance you I don't know how many pull-ups I've done, but I just want to show a pull-up application and do as many reps as I can do at this point. I did well, I don't even know. We're not going to talk about it. But I just want you to show, as far as the application of pull-ups is very beneficial for improving your overall strength in your back muscles, your pulling muscles. It really helps protect your spine, and also you get stronger forearms. Again, pull-ups is a very challenging exercise, but it can apply to really functional use in your day-to-day life, as far as protecting your spine, making sure you're sitting more upright, your posture is better, and the more you're stronger in your posterior chain, the more secure your spine is. So let's just go and have some fun with these pull-up reps, and I'm gonna do neutral grip. All right. I'll stop at 5, at 15. I'll stop at 15. I don't want to show off too much. All right. As a trainer who likes to challenge people, I often hear, I don't know how to do pull-ups. I can't do pull-ups. I don't know how to do them. There's some truth to that. However, it's mostly false. The reality is pull-ups is a strength-based exercise. It's not about skill or talent. When it comes down to it, it's a strength-based exercise. Are you strong enough to do a pull-up? Now, of course, there's some technical ways to perfect the pull-up and to get better at the pull-up or to improve your pull-up, but at the base of it all, pull-ups and being able to properly perform one, it's all about strength. Are you strong enough to perform it? One of the best ways to get stronger or to get better prepared for doing pull-ups without actually performing a pull-up is the lat pull-down machine, all right? A lot of times people often overlook the abilities of the lat pull-down and its effectiveness in getting you better and stronger to do a pull-up. And I say often overlooked because a lot of times when, you know, especially I train a lot of women, so the tendency is for them to stay at the exact same weight that they're doing the lat pull downs and just to do more reps. You don't want to do that. There's this belief sometimes with people that are new into the gym that if you're unable to do something for 6 to 12 reps, then it's too heavy or you're not doing enough. You need to lower the weight and do more. That's not the case when it comes to strength, all right? With strength, the way you build the strength is by breaking the muscles down and forcing it to adapt to the environment and the circumstances. And guess what that circumstance is? A lack of strength. So you gotta show the body, show the muscle that it's not strong enough to perform the thing that you wanted to do, or at least not strong enough to perform it as frequently or as many times as you wanted to do. And when it comes to the lat pull down, that's really one of the most critical ways to really improve. But you can't just go and use 50 pounds for 6 months, then do 60 pounds for another 7 months, and then maybe you'll graduate to 70 pounds. No. You go in, you can only do 75 times, do 75 times and do that 5 times, 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. You come back 2 weeks later, you're able to do 80 pounds for 4 reps, then you do that 80 pounds, 4 reps, 4 reps, 4 reps, 4 reps, and so forth and so on. You want to get to a certain point where you're able to really pull down your body weight. And that's one of the major goals. You're able to pull down your body weight, chances are you're able to pull up your weight on a pull-up bar. So the goal is to rise up in the lat pull down until you're hitting your body weight, and then you want to hit your body weight for reps. I'm giving you this angle of the lat pull down because a lot of times people do it incorrectly. The way you want to do the lat pull downs, it's literally pulling your chest to the bar, all right? So you want to keep the chest up, shoulders back, and because our chest isn't moving, guess what? It's the bar that we're pulling to the chest, all right? So again, I said pulling your chest to the bar because that's the concept when we're doing a pull-up, all right? And it's got to be the same concept when we're doing a lat pull down. You just want to make sure that, let me first demonstrate correctly. Chest up, shoulders back, squeeze. It's all the same movements as the pull-ups, all right? A lot of times you see this here, this isn't lat pull down. This is just, I want to move the weight and this is the attachment that I'm using and that's the way to pull it. So we don't do that, all right? You want to utilize the lat muscles, tissimus dorsi. This is how the pull down is done. See the rotation of the elbow, chest up, shoulders back, boom. I'll slow it down for you. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Lat pull down. In conclusion, pull-ups are very beneficial and effective exercise for your back muscles, for back development, and for improved strength and increased strength. And even whether or not you're able to perform a pull-up now, you can work your way. The stronger you get, the more you'll be able to get closer at performing a proper pull-up. Again, the two major factors affecting your ability or inability to perform a pull-up is your strength and your weight, all right? So let's say given the strength that I currently have right now, if I drop 20 to 25 pounds, I'll be able to do a lot more pull-ups, right? So let's say somebody who can perform a pull-up, and you know, depending on their weight, it doesn't matter. If the more weight they drop, the closer they'll be able to get to performing that pull-up. But in addition, if we just want to stay the same weight, all we need to make sure we're working on is getting stronger. We can stay the same weight and get stronger, but it's on you to make sure that you're putting in the work to get stronger and stronger until you're able to perform that one pull-up. Once you get that first pull-up, that's where the real fun begins. All right? Thank you once again for joining us here at Oshode Health and Fitness, health, wellness, and fitness tips and resources. For up-to-the-minute posts and updates, please visit us at our website at www.oshodehealthandfitness.com. You can scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll be able to subscribe to our email list. Once you've done that, you can also click our YouTube link and also subscribe there. Again, we'd love to have you back. Look forward to having you back to learn more about the health, wellness, and fitness tips and things that can help you along your fitness journey. Thank you.